The new McCrispy Strip is here. Dip approved by ketchup, tangy barbecue, honey mustard, Sprite, McFlurry, Big Mac sauce, double dipped in buffalo and ranch, more ranch, and creamy chili McCrispy Strip Dip. Now at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
And we are back for another episode of Behind the Mic, powered by REVOLT Podcast Network. I'm your host, Wise Grisette, RPN Community Manager, and podcast enthusiast, of course. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at REVOLT Podcast Network and visit listen.revolt.tv to learn more about the rest of our amazing pod library. Now that you know a little bit more about us, let's talk about our guest today. Our guest today is Wangechi from the Untitled Africans Podcast. Wangechi, welcome.
Hodi, hello. How you doing?
I am doing great. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. So yes, Wangechi, you have the Untitled Africans Podcast. You host this podcast with your peoples, Brian.
Yes.
Your peoples.
Yes.
We had an opportunity to meet at REVOLT World. Thank y'all so much for coming out and showing support. I love shooting the videos with y'all. So now that I've rambled for a bit, tell me a little bit more about yourself.
That's loaded. Who am I really? I'm a Scorpio. I'm a Kenyan. I'm trying to figure out my rising sign so that my star girlies can learn more about me, but I don't know enough yet. I'm a storyteller. I'm a weirdo. Again, just to really emphasize that point. I studied journalism, so I'm a journalist at heart. I'm a social justice warrior, okay? I put that on my chest and hold it with pride, okay? I'm an empath, so I care about the good of other people. But yeah, I just enjoy, ensuring that other people are okay, hearing about other people, creating their stories. I also act because, I just can't pick a struggle. So, yeah.
I'm crying, not a struggle. Well, listen, being in Atlanta, I know acting ain't gonna be a struggle. It's all kind of sets and stuff going on. So, you in the right spot.
True.
You in the right spot. Okay,
Atlanta
cool.
loves the Blacks at least. So I'm grateful.
Good. Okay, so now we know a little bit about, some of the interests that you have specifically. So tell me a little bit about you behind the mic. How did we get
Behind the mic. How did I get here? Well, it started in Nairobi November 4th. No. How did I get here? Well, pretty much, I love to yap. And so I did that in different ways. It was mostly through writing, ironically enough. I like to yap through my fingers. So I love writing. But I also just enjoy storytelling, like I said. So I got into journalism and I was working for a news organization for a super long time. But now I do more social media video production and just trying to do content creation myself, which is what led me to my podcast with my dear friend Brian, where we are, as we like to call ourselves, professional yappers, where we just talk about hot topics, what's going on in the timeline, what's up with the culture right now. And yeah, we just enjoy being uppity Africans.
Listen, that uppity African, I love Tyler. And once she, changed her bio, I was like, bet. So when y'all dropped that little tidbit after REVOLT World, I was crying.
Listen to your favorite yappers, Zillennial, Untitled,
uppity
Africans. Thank you.
I
love y'all. Can never make me hate Tyler, please.
Okay, so what's one lesson that you'd like to pass down to, whether it be a family member, a friend, or just the audience in general?
One lesson I would say is don't be the golden child, okay? Because you're going to grow up and you're going to realize you have a lot more expectations and hopes and dreams for yourself than your parents might have for you. And you have to be willing to go out of that box, and it's going to be so uncomfortable, especially if you're used to just appeasing your parents. Don't do it. Don't do it. Figure out what you want to do for yourself. Forget what you grew up feeling like you have to do. Because baby, whether it's in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, one day that inner monologue is going to come out. And it's better for you to do it while you're young, if you can.
I love that lesson. That's a lesson from experience. or that lesson from?
Still experiencing. It's a lesson that I am
Received,
still trying to, yeah, exactly, receive. Mm.
Yeah, I'm the firstborn, so that shoulder of
Oh
responsibility
yeah.
is heavy.
And as
It's
the
definitely heavy.
son too, yeah, I bet. 'Cause you're carrying the family name. Like, don't
You
mess
know
this
it.
up or you're messing
You
up the
know it.
family.
So, what's something that you learned recently that changed your perspective on something?
Well, I was just talking to a friend and I just realized that I'm a preacher a little bit. Um and
Tell me more.
I'm a pastor's kid, so I kind of
Mm,
resented that a little bit, but as I'm like getting older, I kind of embraced it. Like, I'm not here to preach the same things that, my dad preaches necessarily, but I think just spreading good news and, all of that just brings me joy. Like, spreading the good word, but it's subjective. Some people might not say it's the good word, but
mm,
to me, I'm spreading a good word that I feel like people need to hear. And so I'm just kind of
yeah,
learning to embrace that.
that was a very unexpected answer, but I like it. I like it. Okay, cool. So, before we move on to our game, which I know we're all waiting for, what's the one thing that you want people to know about you that they wouldn't get from listening to Untitled Africans podcast?
This is so ironic considering my last answer, but I'm kind of a party girl. You might I don't know if people like look at me and see party girl, but your girl be outside. You might see it on Instagram, but you probably won't see it on the podcast. I try to keep that real cute, but I'd be
Mhm.
outside, yeah, turning up. I like to turn up. Yeah.
Right now,
So
okay. So, with you being in Atlanta, are we talking like turning up at lounges, the clubs, strip clubs? Like,
see,
where we at?
you just gotta talk to me if you want the spots and you actually want to dance, okay? Because I don't do no
Hmm.
compound. I'm sorry for the compound straight. I need somewhere where I can dance freely myself. I'm not here to stand around in a section. No, I don't want to do that. I can
Hmm.
listen to good music and stand at a couch at home. I'm at a couch right now. What am I paying
Hmm.
dollars for to do that? So yeah, if you want a spot where you can, dance at, holla at your girl. Maybe I need to be a
That
club
part.
promoter. It's giving that. It's giving somebody needs to hire me to promote their events. Maybe that's what
They
I'm
gonna listen
learning
to this
about
pod and
myself.
be like, "Hold on now, that's a good idea. That's a good
Okay?
idea."
Bring back
Okay.
dance
All right. So we
floors, okay?
no, for real. Y'all talked about that on the podcast too. Actually, y'all did. I remember. I
Paying
remember.
attention.
Okay. Community manager, gotta do my job, you know. All right,
Mhm.
cool. So moving on to our rapid fire questions. So we got 30 seconds, right? Our 30 seconds will be used playing a game called Rank It. So I'm gonna give you three names, and of those three names, you have to put them in first, second, or third. Cool?
Okay.
All right. So I'm starting the clock, and we're gonna go from there. Three, two, one. Rank these hip hop moguls: Jay-Z, Dr. Dre, 50 Cent.
Ooh, Dr. Dre and 50 Cent are fighting for the bottom because they are both so problematic in their own way, which is so
Mhm.
ironic because I think Jay-Z is getting dragged. So 3 for me is gonna be 50 Cent because he's just so outwardly an imbecile. But
Mm.
he does have power and a lot of good shows. I will give him that one little thing he ate. Dr. Dre is 2, he got his little, what is it? What is the word? Philanthropy award.
Mhm,
Also,
mhm.
I'm gonna hold that last thought and he'll be 2. And then number 1 will be Jay-Z because he's married to Beyonce, and even though he cheated on her, it seems like he learned his lesson and is now trying to be a good man.
Mhm, okay. Thank you for ranking those. I'm absolutely gonna update this game because we only got one down. But that was very important information about all three of those hip hop moguls that I implore everyone to go and do their research on. And then, of course, make sure you listen to Untitled Africans so that Wangechi could put you on game.
Yes, to the real ones. Like, I have a couple hip hop people that I still respect, and I'm sorry if those
Mhm.
those were very hot takes.
Listen, the truth is the truth. Okay? The truth is the truth.
It is what it
Well,
is.
okay, so Wangechi, before we go, right, I need you to do two things. The first thing is leave our audience with a takeaway. The second thing is be sure to let us know where we can find you on social media.
Of course. A little takeaway from me. I just want to say, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. I had it in my spirit that somebody needed to hear that. Amen. So I just wanted to spread that word today. And if you want to follow me on social media, you can go to at Wangechi TV. I hope my name is spelled somewhere, or you can go to at Untitled Africans Pod. That you can find us there on Instagram, on Twitter, on wherever you go to do the social media babes. Just find us. We'll be there.
Yeah. So this is an Easter egg for when you all do end up hearing Brian's. I'm not sure which one's coming out first, but the shade was real. And you all will notice that when you hear the other one. This is Wise Gazette signing off. Thank y'all for listening to another episode of Behind the Mic, powered by REVOLT Podcast Network. Talk to you soon.
If you're looking for flavor, rhythm, and real culture, Chicago is where it's at. Hit a street fest in Pilsen, catch a free show in Millennium Park, or vibe out to a house music set where it all began. Then take that summer energy and roll through the rest of the state, hitting up hidden gems, chill outdoor escapes, and road trips for days. Enjoy Illinois, the middle of everything. Plan your trip at enjoyillinois.com.